Okay, I think I may have found another buying opportunity, uh, viewers out there watching this video. So let me take you through my analysis for how much I predict Ford uh, stock or market cap will be worth, or should be worth, somewhere around the year 2026, 5 years or so out. If you look at the end of 2026. So Uh, as always, I did this analysis yesterday, March 7th, popped in the current market cap and stock price at the time, $16 ish a share. And then that gives me the number of shares roughly that this analysis will be based on. In 2018, they were $160 billion company in terms of revenue, with 3.7 billion ish in net income, 2.3% razor thin margins. Uh, Based on their market value at the end of 2018 of around 35 billion, their PE was in that 9 to 10 range. 2021 sales are down. We all know that there's been, the pandemic and the supply chain issues, shortage of chips. All of that has taken a toll on the auto industry. Ford, no exception. Revenue for 2021 was only 136 billion, but net income was quite high, 17.9. A lot of that looked to be extraordinary income from selling some business units or something. So I wouldn't put too much stock in that as far as go forward prediction. But their net income margin was 13% in 2021. And their stock price at the end of the year was around $22. So the PE looks very low at 4.9. But again, that is deflated because the net income was inflated in terms of like one-offs. So the critical part, this is where you make your money, how well you can predict the future. So for 2026, I like to be conservative. I say my feeling is that they can get to a 5% margin. That should be, that feels relatively safe. That's still more than double where they were in 2018. But, obviously much less than where they were in 2021. I would assume they're always working to improve their margins. So 5% sounds reasonable without really studying the company's commentary on this. I think reasonable sales growth will be 5% a year. That gets them back ahead of 2018 levels. I know they have a lot of plans around EV, etc. A lot of that, the verdict is out on how much success that will drive, but a lot of the pundits seem to be bullish on Ford. But 5% growth, I think, is reasonable. At that type of growth levels, I think a 15 PE about in line with like a fair PE for a slow growth but growing big company. So if this was the case, then income will actually decline for 2021. Again, income in 2021 was inflated, so that's no surprise there. Market value will grow about 8% per year from levels at the end of 2021. Now, the market has actually decreased since the end of the year. It's down year to date. As of yesterday, it was around a $64 billion company. So when I look at where we are versus where I think the company will be in 5 years or so, that's basically double. That is a healthy annual growth, 15% per year. And so if you believe these numbers or believe these numbers are about reasonable at a minimum, then Ford is a buy. Over here, I look at another scenario which gets me close to that. I always try to create a scenario that gets you in that 10 to 11% annual growth range to see what would need to happen, what would need to be true, or at least a scenario that would lead to that. So one is that if their margin is a little bit better, call it 6%, and sales growth, maybe not 5 before, getting just barely above 2018 levels, 165 billion, with a 15 PE, even that will be 11% annual growth over where we ended 2021. So again, this feels It's a big difference between going from 5 to 6%. This is where, look, if you go here, if I just change this to 6%, that changes it to 12% growth a year. So where their margin ends will have a lot to do with how much how bullish you are for it. For example, if their margin was back down to like 2%, and their market value is probably going to decline. So what we're doing right here basically is betting on about at least a 5% margin. That's the key metric for Ford's growth in my analysis. Okay, so in the end, my conclusion, I think Ford is undervalued. I think any price you can get in under $20 would be a buy. You should be able to get above average market growth through 2026. My target price for ending 2026 is around $33, so there's some room. If you like this video, please like it, share it. If you have any questions, comments, please comment below. It's a new channel, but I do this type of analysis every day, always looking for buying opportunities, prices to set for price alerts on companies that I believe in. But it's not just about investing in good companies, but it's about getting them at good prices. All right. My name is Ty. Follow me, subscribe. More to come. Thank you.